can say what you want about our building, but there's not too many places that can create an atmosphere like that. I think we have a team that feeds off that. We have a team that likes to play to that, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of when you're on the bench. It's something you don't see, and you can't replicate it in the big stadiums. You know, you're this tight and fans are that on top of you, and when they're that engaged and loud and the drums are going, it's a hostile place to play, and it's a fantastic place for our guys to compete in.
Jackson whistles.
At this stage, when you look at the table, every game is almost a playoff type game. It's going to be a bit of a dogfight all the way in, which makes it exciting, considering there's still 20 plus games to be played. The way winning starts in the dressing room. Goalies don't usually wear letters, but a lot of times they're the silent leaders in the group, and Ginner's no different. He's a popular guy in the room. He keeps guys pretty loose, and when they go out there, you can see that. And Ginner gives everybody else confidence. He gives us a chance to win every game. But the big thing is that we've got a ton of confidence when we go out the door with him leading the way. We know that we have a chance to win every night. I think this is a team here that is fairly close in the dressing room, fairly tight knit. They stand up for one another on the ice. They're an exciting bunch to watch perform, and when you got pieces of puzzle like Ginner and Longer and Hammy, and the list goes on and on, providing every night, you give yourselves a good chance to win. You got Mike Hammond, led the league in scoring last year. You got to think that he'll be back in the GB colors, and Dallas again had a breakout season and has continued on this year. A guy that we felt probably had a chance looking in last year was Kieran Long. We knew what we had last year. I don't think the league knew what kind of player he was until this year, and he's scoring goals for fun. I think with Manchester here, you ultimately recognize that we only have 2,500 seats here, and we're going to be up against teams that have between 7,000 and 9,000 seats. So knowing that you aren't one of the big spenders, you can't go out and buy the best resumes. We got to create, and we got to divert within. And I think our goal will be obviously to continue with our academy. We've got some great players in our academy. To link with the University of Salford has proven to be very beneficial. With the NBA programs and guys coming to a top-rated school in a top-rated city. It's something that we take great pride in, and we got to keep building and building every year to make sure that we are staying competitive and finding ways to win a championship ultimately. Our guys are out there every week with the kids throughout all the age groups. We're heavily involved with, like you said, Nick, Seth, and Mark as far as structure and what they're doing. They've got an incredible hockey brain, an incredible hockey IQ. We see the damage that the academies are they're beating teams by American football scores, and these kids are dedicated. They want to play. They want to grow up to play for the Storm. They want to move on past that and into Europe or over to North America. So it's quite a unique thing to think that it's only a few years old. The academy and what they're doing and the growth we're seeing with some of the kids. And for us, we got to do it organically. We got to get these kids coming through the ranks and putting them into great positions to succeed at the elite league level. So it's it's by no means a flash in the pan. This is a long haul, and for us to be relevant and stay relevant, we got to do these things, and I think we're doing it better than anyone in the country right now. And like you said, the Team GB factor, which I think doesn't get near enough attention in the country. They're in the top pool. They're in the A pool. These are guys that have come from the C all the way to the A. They're going to be competing against the best in the world. And when they go to Slovakia this summer and they watch it on TV and they see these guys playing against potentially Connor McDavid of the world, and hopefully that inspires more kids to pick up a stick and get out skating and try to play hockey. And I think it's such an exciting sport to get involved in. Tight-knit parents and tight-knit groups, and there's so much out there for these kids to learn outside of the game. And it's something that is a Canadian, and a lot of Canadian guys and American guys in here, we grew up in doing that, and I'm really happy to see now it's starting to take off in the UK. I think anytime you win something, you want to retain it, and retaining it's sometimes more difficult than winning it in the first place, but we're a little bit behind Guildford, but we got some games in hand, and we got to play the teams that are ahead of us, so it's still in our control. But for us, those games are just as important just because of the playoff implication, which is ultimately the most important thing.